What is up, everybody? Gold Bear back here today with another action figure review, and today guys we are going to be taking a look at Toy Freddy from Jazwares, so let's get into it. So yeah guys, throughout the next maybe week or two, I will be taking a look at all four of the Jazwares Five Nights at Freddy's action figures, the single packs that have released. I have all of them in my collection: Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Mangle, and the one that we're taking a look at today, Toy Freddy. So yeah, walked into my local Target and I went in there like right after work, like 2:30 p.m. And I asked the guy, I was like, well, I see that you guys got the label on the shelf, but are you guys going to be getting them in today? Guy says, well, I would come back tomorrow probably. Well, I got a little crazy and I decided to come back like 3-4 hours later, and with my surprise, all four of them were sitting on the shelf. And I kind of got a bit crazy and I decided to pick up 3 Toy Freddys instead of just 1 or 2. Because obviously I do the one figure in box and the one figure out of box, but yeah. So it was a little shocking because a lot of people were finding them, and I didn't think we were going to see them until October because that was like the original release date for these guys, but they decided to drop a few months early, so I was lucky enough to pick all of them up. The Endo series, those will be dropping in October for sure, or September, I'm not too sure. I looked it up, I think it was September GameStop was getting them. But, yeah. Anyways, back to the single pack here with Toy Freddy. This is Toy Freddy. This is the guy that we've been waiting for probably since like February when they were announced at Toy Fair, I believe. But here is the front of the box. You can see we got Toy Freddy here. It's kind of got that old style FNAF here with like the camera system on the bottom. You got a picture of Toy Freddy. It kind of shows you the jump scare action that he's got built inside of him, and he also has glow-in-the-dark eyes, so we'll be taking a look at that later. But there he is in the box. Looks really nice. As we take a look at the back of the box, you can see that we get a little more to show about Toy Freddy here in the jump scare action. And then we have down here at the bottom the other 3 figures you can get in the wave, which are Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, and Mangle, obviously, because those are the 4 figures that they released so far for this wave. But yeah. So let's crack this guy open and see what he has to offer. So right off the bat, he looks really amazing. He looks a lot better than what he did when they showed him off at Toy Fair, which is, you know, accurate anyway, because Toy Fair, you know, that's just a prototype. But this guy looks great. I'm just gonna say that the articulation with him is going to be sort of limited due to some features that he has. But let's just start off first by looking at him and just saying, hey, this is a great figure. Jazwares did a really good job on him. I do say so myself. His arms, like the elbows here, kind of move, so you can get some posability. It's kind of hard to swivel his arm, and I'm not sure if the arm even does swivel. I would hope it does. The hand does move, and it doesn't seem like that hand can really swivel either. It looks like it's just kind of stuck in place. So, like I said, articulation-wise, it's going to be very limited, because this was kind of just made to be, you know, thrown up on the shelf and just kind of like this. So it is pretty unfortunate. There is a lot of defaults with this character, but like just the model, the way he was made, everything on him is perfect. The paint job, I think the paint job is spot on. There's nothing to really say bad about him. It's just the articulation with him is the one thing I would nitpick at. So let's see this arm here. You can, okay, so this one does spin, so they must spin. You can twist the lower part of the arm there, and the hand move, and this hand. So my figure must just be really stiff because it's really hard to move his left arm here. But yeah, it must be able to spin. I'm afraid that I'm gonna break it, so I don't want to do that. So almost here, like by the torso and the lower part here, it kind of looks like you'd be able to spin that, but I don't think you can. I don't believe that this part moves here. His legs kind of have some weird posability here features, articulation features, where they actually just like come down all the way, and that's just kind of weird. I know some other action figures from other lines have that feature, but for Toy Freddy here, I don't know why he would have that. But his knees do bend, which is good in a way, I guess. If you want to put him in a jump scare pose of some sort, you could do that very good with that. They do spin around in a full 360, so you get that articulation with them, so that's very good. And the feet do spin around, and they can move, I believe, up and down. Now I notice on the bottom here he's got holes in the bottom of his feet here, which make me want to assume that maybe you could put him on a base of some sort, but the character doesn't come with one. So I don't know what that's all about. But these must be acceptable to, be able to be put on bases and stuff. But the real feature of this figure is the back here. So this is what he looks like from the back view here. And you see this thing here? You click this and something happens. So let me show you here. We're gonna put his arm, well, I don't know if I can get his arms up or not, but we're gonna kind of put him in some sort of pose here, maybe. You guys can already kind of see, and I'm sure most of you know, but if you click that button in the back here, this is what happens. Let's see here. Jump scare. Yeah, he can jump scare. His mouth opens, his arms fly up. So yeah, it's kind of cool in a way. I don't know. I'm probably not going to really use this feature a lot with him, but the mouth does open. Definitely an improvement than Funko over there, where the mouths were always closed, and these mouths actually open up, which I think is really cool. So yeah, you could do kind of a whole bunch with this guy with like stop motion and all that, maybe, if you really wanted to. I would think maybe some people might tape the back here so it's just permanently like in jump scare mode where his mouth is open. I just think that's really cool. And there's like the inside of his mouth there. Can't really see it that good on camera, but yeah. So yeah, Toy Freddy, an interesting character. I mean, basically this wave was like revolves around the FNAF 2 animatronics, which I like a lot because Funko did not give us FNAF 2. And you guys might be like, well, they did give us FNAF 2. They gave us the AR characters. Well, that doesn't really count. See, those characters weren't actually like the FNAF 2 characters. They were just skins that you could get in a game. But Jazwares, I think Jazwares did a very good job on Toy Freddy here. Like I said before, limited articulation. And I want to say again that There's a reason for that, obviously because of this right here. He can move his mouth and everything, and due to that, I'm just gonna say his head does not spin, which I figure you guys probably already knew that. But yeah, his head does not spin or anything. It stays in one place. You can see right there. So yeah. Now he does have glow-in-the-dark kind of features on his eyes there. So I kind of want to turn the lights off here and see if that works. So I will be right back. So for some reason, my Toy Freddy's eyes do not glow that bright for some reason, so the camera doesn't want to pick it up. But again, this is kind of what it looks like. I think they're white or maybe a little tint of green, I'm not too sure. But I will for sure you guys that these figures do have glow-in-the-dark eyes at night. So if you do have them in like on a shelf or something, you know, and you have all your lights off, if you see something glowing, that's probably your Toy Freddy action figure or whichever other action figure you have in the collection. But yeah, their eyes do glow. I'm sorry that I couldn't get that. I tried. It's just not working for some reason, so yeah. But anyways, guys, this was Toy Freddy. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next video as we take a look at Toy Bonnie. And like always, guys, make sure to stay golden.